All right, good afternoon, boys. Here. Well, something was on my mind, and I was thinking, especially in the past 8 to 10 years, and even beyond that. What I'm going to talk about is something that is very important, and I think anybody that's been living for any length of time has experienced, and that is the notion of just going too far and just taking it there. Now, what do I mean when I say take it there? I mean, simply put, uh, you being in the state as to where you're going to escalate a situation where somebody may be physically harmed or someone, as a result of your actions, may harm you. Or you may do something that will put yourself in a state in which you cannot go back from. You can't take it back. There's no backtracking from your actions. Now, that can be either someone doing something to you or you doing something to someone. We've all been there if you've lived in any length of time here on this earth. You've come across people that have wronged you or you may have wronged. And those thoughts enter your mind. Trust me personally, I've been there to the point where you may think about touching somebody, hitting at somebody. And what I've come to find is that after really calming down in the spirit, because this stuff is natural. Somebody does you wrong. Somebody does something that incites a passion that's so deep in you that you have an overwhelming sense and urge to respond or to react to a situation. And some of those situations can be very legitimate, i.e., somebody has turned around and violated your daughter or violated your son. That's legitimate. It's a feeling that comes over, especially to a father who has a duty to protect his children, that he's going to react or he's going to respond. And there's no court, there's no judge, there's no law that's going to stop that man from issuing out justice according to how he sees fit, according to his own heart. But, what I wanted to talk about in this realm was the notion of, being in situations where you're so inflamed and you're so angry because you're not stoic. You don't have control over your vessel. We understand that women, they get into their feelings and emotions and they may scream rape when no rape exists. They may assault a man, or they may act out of their emotions because they're not thinking and they're not emotionally in self-control. And so therefore, it puts them in a danger and others in danger of dealing with those repercussions. And what you find is that from a woman's perspective, there is no accountability. They can go on and make a false accusation. You see the Me Too movement, it could be totally false. The lies ruin a man's life, and they go on about it like it ain't nothing at all. They go on about it like, hey, what, hey, and people are surrounded that know that they're lying. This is a despicable state. And on a woman's note, you need to be careful and stay totally away from these people. Don't talk to them. Don't engage them. Don't even be around them. Don't even look at them because they're dangerous. They're dangerous themselves and they're dangerous to others. But when it comes from the perspective of men and dealing with other men, I've come to find that you better make sure that you're stoic. You better make sure that you control your vessel as a man and not get into your feelings and emotions where you may say something, let alone do something that may bring you to a point where there is no return. There is no reconciliation once you've crossed a certain path. Now, I'll give you a perfect example. You turn around and you call somebody's wife out of her name. Sure, can somebody forgive you? Sure they can. Sure they can. However, a person may not want to even ever see you, deal with you, engage with you at any point in time. This may have been done to you, or you may have done it to someone else. Be very careful of the words that come out of your mouth, because once they're released, once they're gone, they're gone. And the effects of those words have taken place, and they've gone out into the air, and they've entered into a man's heart and his subconscious mind, and he has to deal with those spirits. It's a bad state to be in, especially after you've thought about it and you say, "Whoa, I done took it too far. I've said something that was just totally inappropriate that I can't backtrack, and so therefore." Now you may be in a state where you may want to reconcile that relationship. You may want to mend ties and move forward in spirit and truth and friendship, but you can't. You can't, because you've gone too far. You've taken it to a level at which, in spite of all of the truth and all of the forgiveness that has been given, that person never wants to deal with you or engage with you at all. And now you're sitting up and you're saying, "Damn, I didn't think about this." Word to the wise: make sure you never take it there. Take it too far. Sure, I've been in situations in the past where I may have gotten into disagreements or engaged people, and me personally, I found, based on the situation, don't respond, keep your mouth shut. And it's worked out very well for me. But overall, you just make sure that however you're dealing with a situation, because people don't think about the larger picture. People are not strategic. People don't think about how things can play out 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 years into the future. And as a direct result of that, you may have put yourself in a situation as to where you may miss out on an opportunity. You may miss out on a series of things because you took it too far. Your words went to a point where they should not have gone. And so therefore now you cannot backtrack, let alone a physical action. You know how many people are sitting in jail and prison and doing life because of what they thought about it, after they thought about it, after sitting or now they're about to do 20 years, 30 years in prison, that they thought about it and they said, "Damn, this could have totally been avoided if I just controlled my vessel, if I was just a little bit more stoic, if I would have just sat back and just really thought about what I was doing before I did it. This all could have been avoided." There's countless stories out there of men with their testimonies talking about this very same thing. So, in closing, just make sure that you don't take it to a point where you can't come back from. Know how to deal with situations. Know how to sit back, relax your spirit, and ask yourself, is this really worth it? Be stoic, man. And we just don't have, we got a lot of people talking out of feelings and emotions, which is, it's just an effeminate spirit. It's sad to see. However, at the same time, we all say things in anger. We all may say things, in the passion of things, but even in that situation, make sure that, you're not saying anything that may go out and cause a permanent separation between you and someone else, whether family members, friends, because at the end of the day, we want to live a peaceful and quiet life, and you're not going to do that if you have people out there that has all types of animosity and especially, those who may be in a situation to help you. I mean, it's amazing how people may grow over time, and you done burnt that bridge, man. You done totally burnt that bridge because you weren't thinking strategically. Now, you may have had an opportunity, but because of something that you did 4, 5, 6, 10, 3, 5 years ago, now that opportunity is gone. the bridge is burnt and you can never turn back from it. Be wise. Be wise, even in the midst of anger. Be wise, because there's certain things that you simply put, you cannot come back from. And this is where it comes to the spirit of discernment, because everybody has their threshold. And this is where it comes into the notion, do unto others as you want them to do unto you. We know situations where we may not come back from, and we know how we've taken it too far, and we may not, or we haven't taken it too far. But that is just up to you. But regardless, be wise of what comes out of this mouth, as opposed to what you do with this and what you do, because certain things you can never come back from.